Bonsoir à YouTube. Ça fait longtemps que je n'ai pas joué à Disco Elysium, une semaine et demie. On va essayer de se rappeler où on en est. Je crois que c'est épisode 11, hein, il me semble. Alors, inspecter les pièges de la place Morel, cryptozoologue pour les... Ah oui. Piège du canal que vous avez traversé, c'est bon. Hangar à bateau. Au campement des cryptozoologues, c'était sur la plage où ils étaient. Je sais pas où c'est. Le cadavre a été retrouvé sur la promenade de la Martinez, le long de la côte. Revenez voir le lieutenant et décidez de la suite des événements. Un cadavre? Depuis quand j'ai retrouvé un cadavre? Desuna a réalisé son projet. Ouais, c'est mongol là. Lâcher la glace, trouver le bon outil ou demander à l'aide de Suna. Ah oui, c'est bon, j'ai l'outil. C'est vrai. Dolores, Day adore les figurines, il mérite mieux que ça. Devriez lui offrir toutes celles que vous avez un jour si vous la rencontrez en personne. Je sais plus c'est qui. Pousser à celle à part ses... Non, venez par ses amis. Fera peut-être plus tard. Okay. Des fêtards montés à boîte de nuit. Vous avez promis à Suna de l'aider pour son projet avant que les fêtards ne viennent occuper les lieux. Ah oui, c'est vrai, le truc à glace. Les sinusoïdes, on s'en fout. Résoudre l'énigme. Il doit bien avoir un moyen de parler à cette personne, vous ne l'avez pas encore trouvé. Ouais. Personne présente au lynchage également impliquée dans le trafic de drogue du port. Qui ces personnes au hardi? Titus. Fumeur. 21h. Ah ouais, c'est vrai ça. Démontrez votre autorité, Titus Hardy. Oh là là. Appelez Alice. Tatouage de la victime. Qu'appeler? Porte du Wheeling, personne ne sait où elle mène. Vous voyez comment ouvrir ces portes, ce qu'elles cachent. Les recoins oubliés du café de l'hôtel. Oh, c'est le bordel. Hey yo Bray! Ok, il se passe des trucs. On avait l'outil, je crois. C'est ça. Oh putain, j'avais tellement de fringues. Putain, on avait un vieux chapeau et tout. J'avais des points. J'ai 2 points de talent. Il se passe des dingues. Venez, on met un point là, comme ça là. Pourquoi j'avais mis autant dans sang-froid? Je pétais un plomb, ça devait être pour un truc, mais je sais plus c'est quoi. Logique. On améliore. Accepte. Ça me fait plaisir. Ça me fait plaisir. Comment va Bray? La forme? Ok, on va aller en bas. On va aller là. Fait que je lui reparle à elle.
Hello again, esteemed officer, and welcome to crime.
On s'en branle. Quoi? C'était où déjà? Hein? Pourquoi j'ai rien là? Mais non, c'est pas fermé. Si, je suis baise. Attendez, j'étais passé par où? Bah. Ah, mais je pouvais passer par l'extérieur direct, non? Mais il est déjà 20h! Quoi? Je crois que c'est ça, non? J'avais ouvert de l'autre côté, genre là. Ouais, c'est bon. Ouais, là j'ai accédé direct au sous-sol. Ok, donc la machine à glace. Attends. Équiper ça là-dedans.
This orange machine is dead still. It has a hand
58.
crank ice cream churner.
Attends, il passe instrument physique, je dois avoir des fringues pour ça. J'ai envie de mourir. Faudrait que je jette les trucs qui me servent à rien, mais bon. Ah, j'avais une chemise. Rappelez-vous. Non? Moins 2? Si j'avais ça, j'avais le débardeur.
This orange machine is dead still. It has a hand-cranked ice cream churner, and ice groans and howls under the strain of your giant Gewaltsund multi-tool until the lid cracks open. Darkness lies inside, but you can faintly make out an object, intricate and foreign, left there for a sub-zero beauty sleep.
Ah oui, c'est vrai!
With the words, off-site copy. Disappointment washes over you as you stare into the almost empty ice cream maker.
Quoi, pas de glace?
Your stomach grumbles. The fridge is cold, the cellar dark and humid. You gently lift the cube from its frosty bedding, careful not to damage it. Yes, but aren't you curious to know what's on the precious filament? There's a radio computer upstairs.
Ah. Est-ce qu'on n'est pas curieux là? C'est vrai que j'ai du bordel quoi. Attends, je vais remettre ma veste de militaire là. On va reprendre le carnet parce que pourquoi pas. Et on va aller... Ouais, c'est vrai que je suis un peu curieux en vrai. Il y avait quoi déjà dans le frigo? Je crois qu'on est...
eyes are dead and a friendly cartoon.
Bon, il n'y avait plus rien. Putain, je vois rien. Ah mais oui, putain, fallait que j'équipe la lampe torche. Oh, j'avais oublié. C'est pour ça que je pouvais pas passer de l'autre côté. Est-ce que j'avais oublié des trucs? Bah, c'était ça, non?
Tiles on the cube
Ouais,
are
c'est
still
ça.
smoldering, casting the framework in a soft glow. Fluorescent play and print keys shine on the keyboard. Like a smooth draw, the filament slides into place. On the keyboard, the play key starts blinking.
Let's
The speaker
go.
comes to life. Static seeps through the machine's planar magnetic driver. An old lady greets
On est curieux, on
you.
est
Her
curieux.
voice sounds 100 years old.
Good evening. Fortress accident en rue de Saint-Ghislaine. This is East Insulindian Repeater Station 1. Please repeat. Is this the offsite copy?
J'ai peut-être le mot de passe de la copieur site.
Please repeat the password.
Après la vie, la mort.
No, that's not it.
Maybe it's the second part of the leitmotif you saw on the stained glass window.
Après la mort, la vie renaît.
Good. I've unlocked the offsite copy. After ending the call, please press print to access the filament.
Oh.
Ka-ching.
Fortress accident. Is there anything else I can do for you today?
Oh, ta gueule.
Thank you and goodbye.
La voix de la vieille dame disparaît avec le grésillement.
Tiles on the cube are still smoldering, casting the framework in a soft glow. Fluorescent play and print
Ouais,
it
impression,
sounds
impression.
like something cracks before the piece of paper starts filling up with pure black ink. Something's broken. Machines aren't supposed to behave like this.
Lire
The
l'impression.
paper is soaked with ink. It's monochrome darkness spanning from margin to margin. It's not possible to make out any information.
On va pas piffer, non?
Tiles on the cube are still smoldering, casting.
Attendez. Je suis sûr que j'ai des trucs de perception. -1? Mais non. J'ai pas des outils aussi qui me donnent de la perception?
Tiles on the cube are still smoldering. It sounds like something cracks, something's broken. Machines aren't supposed to behave like this. The paper is soaked with ink. It's monochrome. A single speck of light shines out from the shade. For some reason, the printer decided to spare this one tiny dot of paper. Looks like gibberish. Better get running again.
Quoi, c'est tout?
Tiles on the cube are still smoldering, casting the frame. The filament slides out of its glowing nest.
Oh, fais chier. Mais c'est parce que j'ai raté mon jet, ça? Non. Si? Ils sont bien, les bouts de perception, là. On se casse. Est-ce que j'ai quelque chose à demander à l'autre con, là, aussi? On va peut-être aller la voir, là. Vous savez, la tardée, là, qui fait céder, là.
Oh, it's you again. Are you looking for a die? I'm listening. Good. I hope it clarified things a bit. What else?
Frisson. Ça va être chaud, frisson, hein. Je pense que je suis un peu baisé, il faudrait que j'intériorise un truc, mais... On peut essayer, non? En vrai, on y croit? Je suis où en frisson, là? Ah ouais, c'est ce truc, c'est vrai. Putain, j'ai rien. Après, je peux mettre un petit point de talent, au pire. Allez, frisson, c'est pas mal. Hein. On va mettre un petit point de talent. Moi, j'y crois à mort.
Oh, it's you again. Are you looking for a die?
You feel nothing.
No.
If anything, it's uncomfortably warm in here.
Se déshabiller pour rentrer en communion.
Excuse me, what are you doing?
La fabricante de dés vous fixe le regard alors que vous ôtez nerveusement votre pantalon. Ah, vous trouvez pas qu'il fait hyper chaud ici, hein?
No, I don't feel hot. We're in a derelict smokestack. If anything, then it's cold here.
Vous allez voir, c'est une technique de mon cru.
And what technique is that?
Écarquillez les yeux un peu surprise, vous n'avez pas encore ouvert votre braguette. Non, mais c'est pas ce que vous croyez. Ouais, non, mais on oublie. Putain, je suis deg. Ouais, on l'a pas fait depuis longtemps, mais j'aimerais bien en vrai réussir ce dé. En fait, faut que j'intériorise quelque chose pour savoir ce qui s'y cache.
You feel nothing.
Oh.
She has begun to idly clean one.
Allez, Ça restera notre
Oh,
petit
it's you
secret.
again.
A gust of cold air sweeps through the chimney. The stones and minerals on the shelves rattle as though
Fous-toi à
agitated.
poil.
For a moment, it almost feels as though you're outside the building, exposed to the atmosphere.
Et yo, une trail du coup. Quand va gros. Ouais, ça va tranquille. Je sais pas trop là. Non, sans branle la malédiction. Ce n'est qu'une théorie, mais je crois savoir pourquoi vous avez fait faillite.
Didn't we already talk about this?
Le vent continue de s'engouffrer dans les aspérités de la vieille cheminée. C'est parce que vous n'êtes pas dans le même bâtiment que les autres. Techniquement, c'était pas la zone commerciale
What are you
maudite.
talking about? My address is exactly the same. Rue de Saint-Guilain 10.
No, the old coal plant that used to be here was subsumed into the new venture. Its ruins swallowed up. Yet it has a different address in the heart of the city.
Non, il y avait autrefois une usine à charbon dans cet endroit. Touchez le rideau de fer. Dans la cheminée d'un autre bâtiment.
This doesn't make any sense.
L'air décontenancé, elle regarde autour d'elle dans le nid de fortune qu'elle s'est fabriqué.
Are you saying my business was spared because of a technicality? Where is this coming from?
C'est une question de logique. Le vent circule dans la pièce. Le chapeau de la cheminée n'est peut-être pas bien installé.
You're right. I should take a trip to the roof once the snow is gone. Does it mean that I'm safe from failure?
Je suis détective holistique et je peux vous garantir que vous pouvez être tranquille. Les attaques psychiques ne vous atteindront jamais ici.
She starts laughing, her fingers trying to rub away the exhaustion from her face.
Do you
Quoi?
know what this is?
Elle lève la main et révèle un morceau de métal brillant sur son index. Ah putain, au secours. Peu importe, mon but est uniquement de vous révéler... Non. Un porte-bonheur, un talisman Sébenez.
It's a morning ring. I
Autant,
made
c'est
this
clair.
when my first company failed. It was a small jewelry shop right here in the East Delta Commerce Center, built with the little I inherited from my parents. I drove it into the ground within a year. I didn't have what you would call a viable business plan.
Vous voyez, la malédiction est bien réelle. Je parie que votre bijouterie ne se trouvait pas dans la bulle protectrice de la cheminée.
No, you're right. I didn't.
Elle arrive de nouveau, mais vous décelez une trace de mélancolie.
It wasn't just the jewelry shop either. I always thought that it was just the world that you were supposed to try again and again until you finally succeed. And now you're telling me what? That it was all because I didn't run my little shops and ventures from a dump inside an abandoned chimney?
C'est la loi de l'entropie, putain, boss, quoi. Bah, en vrai, c'est pas un dépotoir. C'est vrai. C'est vrai. Non, elle a aménagé ça bien, tu vois. C'est quand même propre. Regardez-moi ça, là. Un petit atelier, elle a de l'aération, elle a des petites plantes d'intérieur. Non, c'est pas mal. C'est un vrai petit nid douillet.
Yeah. Or maybe it's the entire world that's cursed. It's such
C'est
a
vrai.
precarious place. Nothing ever works out the way you want it.
C'était moi Vandir et tout ici, oh putain, ouais.
That's why people like role-playing games. You can be whoever you want to be, you can try again. Still, there is something inherently violent even about dice rolls.
Ah ouais? Ah, c'est marrant.
It's like every time you cast a die, something disappears. Some alternative ending or an entirely different world.
Elle saisit 2 dés sur la table et les examine dans la lumière.
But anyway, thanks for sharing your theories, officer.
Vous adresse un sourire fatigué. Très bien.
Of course. Tell me what you have in mind.
Parlez-moi de vos pièces
A star
maîtresses.
that fell from the firmament? Those cost more than 7 real. Are you sure?
Tout à fait. Autant vous dire que je ne suis pas un prolétaire. À vrai dire, je suis même pété de blé.
Yes, you definitely have the proper attitude. How about a pair of 100-sided dice, made of ivory and inlaid with lodestone, a naturally occurring magnet, to complement your magnetic personality?
Pieces of lodestone were used as the first magnetic compasses, from which they derive their other name, coarse stones.
10 real, and I can get these ready in 8 hours.
Aïe.
See you in 8 hours then. Was there anything else?
Non, plus rien. Ça me va, je veux m'aider. Alors, très bien. Ah oui, j'avais mis ça, mais le ne pas péter mieux quand même. Tiens, dramatique là, on n'est pas là pour enfiler des perles. Très bien, très bien, très bien. Bon, j'avais plus rien à foutre ici. Ah, j'ai une intériorisation, c'est quoi? Le monde précaire. L'enjeu de cette épreuve, c'est la victoire. L'absence de défaite sur tous les fronts. La victoire dans les affaires risquées et les projets créatifs. La victoire dans l'amour et sur les autres. La victoire politique, la victoire idéologique, la victoire sexuelle également. Et assurément, beaucoup de victoires tangibles. Posséder des choses et ne pas les perdre. Seul problème, les vainqueurs sont rares. La plupart des gens perdent. Pourquoi donc? Et comment faire pour ne pas perdre? Bah, il suffit de moins posséder. C'est une vraie astuce, hein. Ok. Je sais pas si j'intérioriserai ça. On verra. Je me casse. Je me cache, j'en ai plein le cul. Et quelle heure? Il est 20h. Il faut que j'aille à 21h voir l'autre con là sur son balcon. Et puis je sais pas où il est, Kim là. Oh putain, j'avais raté de l'argent. Un scandale. L'aide d'une cave, vous apercevez les pieds des passants dans la rue. Ok. Vous avez fait ça déjà?
Both cables are unplugged from the breaker box.
Branché de câble rouge géant.
Somewhere in the dark, a giant electrical mammal stirs to life.
Ah mais oui, c'était pour le frigo, mais est-ce que...
The bear's eyes are still glowing red, watching over all the ice cream wrappers hidden. A friendly cartoon bear smiles back at you from a glossy cellophane wrapper. It looks nothing like the fridge. The paper still smells of vanilla and chocolate. A friendly cartoon. The paper.
Ça me servait à chill, hein. J'avais déjà pris un truc là-dedans. Je m'en rappelle plus. Putain, cette meuf, je l'ai jamais vue. Kuno, il est con ou il est toujours con?
Like Kuno's dad?
Oh putain,
Kuno doesn't
empathie.
give a fuck about anything. Kuno
Merci,
doesn't
Kuno.
fuck.
Et toi, là, connasse?
I'll die before I squeal, pig.
Et toi, là-bas?
What's this kid shit? Fucking mind games. I'd rather die than squeal.
Get the fuck out of here, face.
So it's a girl.
Non, c'est pas intéressant, non. Il y avait un truc, c'était la porte intérieure, là. Je crois que j'avais jamais trouvé de moyen d'y aller. Ah, et puis c'est vrai que j'ai l'autre con aussi aller voir la Titus.
Looks like the circus left town, but the clowns are still here.
Titus ne sont pas particulièrement ravis de vous voir. Devinez quoi? Bah, hey, devine quoi? J'établis un lien entre vous et le trafic de drogue locale. Bizarre, non?
Like hell you have. There is no local drug trade. This place is as clean as a rifle. Go back to Jamrock and ask the local junkies how clean your streets are in Precinct 41 kilos.
Vous avez raison, personne ici fait du trafic de drogue excepté
That's a
vous.
mighty interesting theory. I guess that's what you would need to do, theoretically. A big, strong, state-run monopoly would outcompete the runs on the street.
Yeah, man. Theoretically, that's what you would do. To get rid of the gangs, the dealers, even some of the junkies.
You would need good, trustworthy people to take their place, of course. Hardy men to run such a monopoly. For the good of the community, of course.
Yes, but that just sends everyone else to Jamrock, doesn't it?
Bonne idée, les gens continueront toujours de se droguer. Au moins de cette manière, vous contrôlez les choses.
Thank you. Theoretically, of course. Thank you.
Titus, I'm amazed. Where is the same professionalism when it comes to other topics? You're doing great. I hardly have to interfere at all.
I don't know, Lizzie. I guess theoretical things don't make me emotional.
Le 8e mardi, celle qui manque.
I was sort of gonna
Oui.
get my brewski on.
Celle qui mène la
My
barque. Hein.
answer is fuck off.
Ouais.
Mind your own business. There is no 8th Hardy. I run this goddamn scene.
And here we go. Back to the usual.
Here we go.
I know. Fatty walked on all fours. He's so fucking fat he left 2 sets of footprints.
Despite everything, the little man is quick on his feet.
Go fuck your mom, Dennis.
That's more like it, boys. You heard him. It was Angus on all fours. Anything else you need to know?
Ça va être chaud, hein. Parlez à Joyce, le mercenaire que vous avez pendu. Eh bien, ses potes vont venir vous faire la peau.
Yeah. By friends, you mean his squad mates from Crenell.
Wouldn't want to beat up his grandma.
Un petit rire parcourt l'assistance. Certains hommes proposent leur bière. Ils sont en train de constituer une sorte de tribunal. Ils vont venir vous trouver.
Let them come. The Hardy boys are right fucking here.
Ouais, t'es chaud,
You
toi.
heard the man. Right here. We're armed. We got the whole district behind us. And Glenn is fucking crazy.
Bon, enfin, ils ont du martos militaire, quoi.
Yeah, a well-oiled murder machine.
Ils cognent l'épaule du bon dîner.
The mood is on the rise. They're feeling confident, ready to punch out the whole Merc platoon.
Ah, le coup du frelon, il est pas mal. Vous saviez qu'un seul frelon géant de CRS pouvait tuer 40 abeilles par minute?
The fuck is that supposed to mean?
Vous êtes les abeilles sans le frelon.
We're not bees. We're men. We're socialists.
Easy, E. He's trying to phase you. What are you trying to do? Scare my men?
En même temps, cette histoire de crénel là sent pas bon, vous le savez pas vrai?
So are the local gangs. The fucking Barmy Army and the Madre scum. You've been out there. Seen any around?
Yeah. Where are they now, huh? Sent back to Madre in an airtight cargo crate.
Ah, les mercenaires sont équipés d'armes automatiques, les gars.
We got weapons of our own. We got Ister 50s, Zilagars. Glenn's got a knock cannon at home.
Non mais ça c'est bien pour aller chasser le faisan, mais ah bah, elles peuvent percer une armure en céramique.
I guess we're gonna see, aren't we?
That was an unsure phrasing.
C'est clair. Qu'est-ce qu'on verra qu'elle rebondisse dessus?
Yeah, like you've been up against ceramic armor.
Il prend une gorgée de bière, le temps de trouver comment avoir le dernier mot.
You haven't even seen the whole suit, right? I've seen the whole fucking thing, and it didn't make him immortal.
Déjà, ça dit qu'ils ont constitué leur propre faction. Personne ne les contrôle.
Big fucking surprise. They hire psycho scum, arm them to the teeth, and let them loose in the city. What do you think is gonna happen?
Ouais, ok, ouais.
What do you mean, okay?
Je veux dire, ok, ils vont vous laminer, quoi.
No, they won't. Get out of here with your negative energy.
Ouais,
No
ouais.
wonder you cops get shot to shit every day.
Je la
Can't
connais,
go to
la
war
négative
with an
énergie, là.
attitude like that.
À propos du tribunal. Hein. Je suis pas mal en autorité, hein. En vrai, c'est presque le moment, hein. Non, c'est pas presque le moment de jouer avec ses couilles, là. Parce que... Bon, toi, déjà, t'arrêtes. Parce que là, en autorité, là. En plus de en autorité. Déjà. Est-ce que c'est pas le moment de leur foutre la pression, là? Moins 1 autorité, on va peut-être éviter. Je crois que j'ai un autre truc d'autorité, là. Non? J'ai beaucoup de trucs de... C'est pas de l'intellect. Putain, c'est dommage. Ah, mais remarque avec la binouse, non? J'avais pas de la binouse, là, quelque part? Est-ce que c'est pas le moment de tester un peu, là? De tester, hein, non? Je pense que c'est le moment de le tester, là.
What is it?
C'est le moment de prouver mon autorité, là, avec mon petit chapeau, là. Je le défonce.
As you look around this room full of sweaty men, swearing, drinking, spitting out tobacco, does this look familiar?
Est-ce que j'ai déjà vu ça?
You believe the place was called Precinct 41. It was also filled with, almost exclusively, men, sitting on desks, talking shit and wasting time.
J'ai pigé, Titus, c'est vraiment vous qui faites la loi, non? Vous ressemblez vraiment à des vrais flics, en train de branler les mouches, une bière à la main.
You got a problem with beer now?
Not quite there yet. Push on.
J'hésite entre l'un et la deux. Ah, moi aussi j'adore la bière et me tirer sur la nouille d'aider les gens.
You saying we don't help people? I've been doing this job for 10 years. Martinez was a dump before we put this outfit together.
Ouais, en même temps c'est toujours un 3.
They don't know, man. They weren't here. We had 3 shootings a week, kids dead, fucking graffito everywhere. You cops haven't shown up since the 30s.
Actually, the graffitio isn't quite off yet, is it?
Bravo, vous préférez rester assis là à causer d'une harmonica alors qu'on est victime de viol. Qu'on est une victime de viol.
So what? What do you want from me? We took care of that fuck.
Don't let him drink that. One more push, quick.
Personne a été violée, elle a besoin d'être conseillée, on doit lui parler là.
Titles?
Il la regarde.
She stops mid-sentence. That's it. You got him. He's going to give it up, but on his terms.
You want to talk to her, cop? Fine. I'm gonna let you talk to her, but you treat her with respect. If you don't, if you question her, harass her, a freight train of pain, buddy.
Quel est son nom?
Glacia, I'm on due. She's staying here at the Whirling in Rags, a real pretty one. Silvery jumpsuit, blonde. That's I'm on due with an O-U.
Shit. The girl. The girl upstairs? That can't be her. She knows you drank so hard you forgot you were a cop.
Clashy?
Yeah. Blonde. Tall. 2 rooms over from yours.
Ah putain non! Ah.
You inexplicably add cool after the victim's name, with your eyes bulging like some wild beast. Your fingers are fidgeting and sweat starts forming on your brow as Titus looks at you oddly.
I don't understand what's so cool here.
Calm. Normal. Try to forget this.
Rature. Ouais, je crois que j'ai rien à lui parler là, on va conclure parce que c'est le bordel.
I said, freight train of pain.
Ok, ok. Putain, la misère. Mais du coup, comment j'y vais là-haut? Ah mais c'est vrai qu'il y a les 2 coteaux là. J'avais oublié eux deux là. Ils voulaient quoi déjà?
Yes? What is it?
Vous êtes avec lui?
Of course I'm with him.
C'est une enflure.
You're an asshole. You know what? Maybe we're both assholes.
C'est gratuit.
Please.
Fermez-la. J'avais rien à lui dire à lui là.
You see a heavy steel door with a prominent dimple lock. The cobalt blue surface feels rough to touch. Old cobalt paint, rough on the fingers. 40, 50 years since it leads to a side build.
C'est
The
poussé.
door does not.
Mais elle, en fait, je sais pas comment l'ouvrir là. J'ai plus rien à
The
lui
man
dire lui là.
ponders his cooking utensils and gives
Non mais c'est le ragoût au pinard là, ça va être une erreur. Ah mais d'accord, oui, c'était une des chambres. Non? Non mais je peux pas ouvrir vu que... Ah si. Ah mais non, parce que ça va pas me donner accès au... Ah ouais, ok, d'accord. Y'a pas eu de flic là. Ah merde, et du coup c'est elle, c'est ça?
The door is closed.
Who is it?
Tired. Control. Somewhere, not far from here, the lieutenant is preparing her file.
Ah
Claudia
ouais, mais on lui a
Amandu.
parlé tout au
Right.
début.
You realize the detective should be here
Je
for
crois.
what comes next. It could prove dangerous to go in alone.
Ah ouais, il veut vraiment que je sois avec... Je sois avec Kim. Ok, ok. Très bien, très bien, très bien. Bon bah j'ai plus grand chose à faire là. Faudrait que j'aille revoir le fumeur. Mais Kim, il est toujours pas revenu là. Putain, il casse les couilles. Kim.
Stuck in the rain in a traffic jam, man. What's on your mind?
Un jour, un jour. J'ai pas grand chose d'autre à faire, je crois.
Working class drunk. You know what this means, right?
Affaire classée?
Cracked it. All in a good day's work.
Attends, je fais quoi exactement là?
What do you mean, what did I crack? Look at how working class that drunk is.
Son mari, à qui déjà? Ah, l'autre bouffonne! Non! Si? Mais je l'ai pas la quête. Il s'agit d'un futur leader de soulèvement prolétaire, putain.
Yes, and you found him. Now go and tell the working class woman. Protect and serve, recruit. Didn't she repeatedly tell you her husband isn't missing though?
Ça n'a aucun sens, je suis en train de me
Do
ridiculiser.
marriages make any sense? Does honor? You're not a filthy philosopher. You're an officer of law. It's time to ace this case and not brood over your reputation. We can deal with the perception management later.
Bah non.
Not honorable, recruit. Not honorable at all.
Mais attends, il parle de quel poivreau là? Il y avait un type ici là, je crois. C'est ça? Gomez et Tabarez là.
Officer.
Ah ouais, sans froid 6.
Pull yourself together, René.
J'ai découvert
What
votre
do you
poste de
want?
guet. J'ai réussi à mettre la main sur le sandwich de Gaston.
Yes. I was standing right here. I saw it. Why are you telling me this?
Vous le méritez plus que n'importe qui. Ouais, vous le méritez plus que n'importe
That's
qui.
what it was all about? Gaston is a sniveling rat. I've known this my whole life. But an RCM officer bullying an old man? Robbing him of his meal?
Ah merde!
I do not approve of this abuse of power. Nor your redistribution efforts. That's not the reversal I fought for. Here.
Merci beaucoup, capitaine Arnaud.
Ah putain! L'homme des visages sont partenaires avec suspicion, puis ses yeux s'illuminent tant qu'il attrape son sandwich en ricanant.
Hopefully it will finally take your fat ass to the other side of a cardiac arrest, Gaston. This doesn't mean anything. Doesn't change anything.
J'ai découvert ton poste de guet là.
The Debardeurs Union pays me to stand vigil during the night. Not out of any political allegiance, mind you. I'm an old man. Don't sleep more than a few hours every night anyway, and money is tight.
Ajoutez-le avec un léger soupir. Vous avez dû voir quelque chose la nuit du meurtre. Votre poste de guet donne droit à la cour, hein, sur la cour.
Yes, it does. Unfortunately, I wasn't working that night. Been on a 2-week leave since last Monday.
Pourquoi êtes-vous de repos?
It's a private matter. Nothing to do with your investigation.
You see, officer, René is the kind of man who would rather die than admit he needs medical assistance or, God forbid, sick it.
I'm fine, goddammit.
Mm-hmm.
Mind your own business. It's nothing. Just got to cut back on coffee.
Donc qui bossait à votre place cette nuit-là?
No one. The boss has been unmanned since last Monday. There's no other guard. It's just me.
Terminal conteneur est plus surveillé depuis une semaine?
Yes. It's not actually an issue. I mean...
Look, officer, the container yard doesn't actually need a guardsman. Never had one before René. Monsieur Claire had that booth built specially for him. It's mostly decorative.
Ça changera si vous êtes là-bas ou pas
The
du coup.
possibility of someone being in there is enough to discourage any ill-minded individuals.
Evrard created this job for René because he knows the Royal Carabiners' pension of honor and PTSD isn't something a man can live off. A decorated Kingsman collecting tear reflects bad on the whole neighborhood. His words.
On va faire l'écologiste là, mais absolument rien de mal à ramasser les consignes. Je fais ça à mi-temps moi aussi. Quand je fais pas flic.
I didn't mean to imply there's something wrong with that.
Ouais, bah je
I
préfère.
do
Ouais.
it too. Everyone does it.
Yes, yes, yes. Can we conclude the topic of my guard booth now?
J'ai vu une photo, vous y étiez dessus, c'est qui la fille?
She is nobody. This is none of your concern, and I refuse to discuss my private affairs with the RCM.
The lady is Jeanne-Marie Beaulieu, and she sure as hell wasn't a nobody.
Yes, yes. Like I said, it would be up anyway, so might as well keep an eye out. It keeps my senses sharp.
Allez, c'est le moment là.
As Rene turns from you to his partner and back, the medals on his chest rattle and glare. He keeps his spine straight and his ribcage lifted, displaying them proudly.
Combien y a-t-il de médailles?
2. The larger one is shaped like a cross, while the smaller medal resembles the sun.
Regardez la croix.
A crowned head in front of 2 crossed rifles. The medal hangs from a blue striped triangle. It's the Croix de Bravoure, Cross of Valor. The cross was the highest battlefield decoration in suzerain's armed forces, awarded for exceptional bravery in the line of duty, in service of King Frizzle I.
Et là, le soleil.
A small blue star inside an orange sun. It has the word Valiance written below. The setting sun was a decoration used to distinguish seasoned combat veterans in service of King Frizzle I during the Revolution.
La croix de bravoure et le seuil couchant désigne la poitrine. Vous avez eu pour...
For bravery.
Ce que j'allais dire, le courage.
I'm sure, but I know this uniform's reputation. You are also wondering if I got this for raping women or killing babies.
C'est le cas.
Honor is everything to me.
Whoa! Sounds like you're about to open the gates of conversation. This man will literally talk your ear off if you let him wander off the memory lane.
Vous avez obtenu ces médailles en quel honneur?
For doing my duty in the heat of battle, for looking my mortality in the eye, when men like Gaston here hid in the bushes and shot themselves.
Qui a enculé, celui-là?
He saved some muddy princeling who foolishly strolled into the front line in his gown of velvet and gold.
Ça va, un freluquet?
It was on the first months of the revolution here in Revachol. Unrest was spreading like wildfire. Marauders had taken most of the Couronne and were getting really ambitious. King Frizzell thought he could end it all in one decisive strike. Sent his cousin, Drisson, to put an end to the unrest. Alas, the young Drisson was all piss and no vinegar, wearing a tunic of purple velvet and cockatiel feathers to battle. Even his rifle was gold-plated, shone from 5 clicks away. Can you imagine the asininity?
Ah, c'était un tocard, quoi.
He really despises that Drissant fellow.
En vrai, ils ont dit...
Keep the long and bloody story short. Drissant marched us against the partisans in Coron. And when I say marched, I mean made us walk into captured enemy territory, single file, like toy soldiers, while he rode in front on his giant red stallion. The rebels were smart. They let us come real close before opening fire. Suffice to say, it was carnage.
Les bâtards. Foutrement
I was
ingénieux,
shot
ouais.
in the left shoulder and went down. Just a flesh wound. But just as I turned over, the prince fell into the mud next to me. He was missing his lower jaw.
Ah, dur.
Then his horse, driven mad by the noise and smell of gunpowder, stepped on my leg and shattered my knee.
Ah, dur.
It's painful to even think about.
Et du coup, vous avez fait quoi?
I grabbed my sidearm and shot the beast in the head. Then everything went black.
Capitaine Arnoux, le fléau des chevaux.
The bane of horses.
When I came to, it was all over. It was just me and Jolas Tresson, gurgling in the blood-soaked mud right next to me. The dink had taken numerous flesh wounds and lost a lot of blood. But despite missing his jaw, he seemed hesitant to die. Tougher than he looked, that one.
Ça arriverait jamais à ma gueule de keuf. Oh, j'ai une mâchoire en acier.
Right. So I grabbed the prick and started crawling. Kept going until the 59th Cavalry picked us up. Through some miracle, we both survived. And the jealous freak convinced Frissel to give me a medal for not leaving him to die in his own blood. Piece and shit. He was the commanding officer and I was on duty. Just doing my job. Shouldn't hand out medals for that. 13 months later, I received the Sun for distinguished service. It's not worth mentioning.
You sense he's downplaying it. He did a lot more than his duty. More than anyone's duty. It's in his spine, in his billowing breasts, and untarnished self-worth.
J'ai l'impression que je jouais modeste,
The old
René.
carabinier stands quietly like a statue, his features motionless.
What Monseigneur Modesty is not telling you is that he crawled over 7 kilometers before the cavalrymen found him and Drissant. 2 days later that was.
Quoi?
And that even while crawling with a mangled half-dead prince on his back, he still managed to murder 3 rebels on his way.
Is that pride in his voice? It's deep down, but maybe even unbeknownst to the man himself, it's there.
Très impressionnant. Ce sont des hommes comme René qui ont donné la grandeur à Rêve la Chale.
Maybe, but also bear in mind, officer. They don't end this out for anyone with a service record. Oh no, you have to get shot repeatedly. And you need to get your hands bloody too. Really, really bloody.
Do not speak of what you know nothing about, Poltroon. Duty is something you will never understand.
Ok.
Bah, there were many such stories in those days. Many such men too. True Eversholians. Men with backbone.
Oh yes, René, yes. Men were bigger, girls were prettier, and everyone wore the fascia. Lord, please bring those days back, if you can.
I'm not getting into this with you again. Officer, was there anything else?
You should try to come up with a heroic story of your own. Impress this old soldier.
Ah putain. Vous avez jeté la boule en mer. Il y a peut-être un moment où c'est possible, hein. Un dramatique, je gère en art dramatique. Regardez-moi ça là. En vrai, est-ce qu'on se fume même pas une petite clope là? C'est un moment où on se fume une clope et on met un en art dramatique. Moi, je pense que c'est ça le délire. Et là on se fume une clope. Comment on fait déjà? Mais non mais... Je sais plus comment on fait, c'est une touche. Commande. Non, faut juste que je clique dessus là. Ah voilà. Sur une petite clope là, et là je lui ai raconté ma meilleure des... Ouais. J'ai raconté ma meilleure des anecdotes là.
Go long, go deep, go unconventional.
Mon histoire ne contient ni une fusillade, ni effusion de sang ou de tripes, mais laissez-moi vous raconter une toute autre forme d'héroïsme.
Sure, officer. Let's hear your take.
Imaginez se trouver propulsé dans l'existence depuis le néant.
I'm not following you.
Je m'en doute.
Don't worry. Just continue. He's gonna be impressed.
Oh, imaginez-vous ne connaissant rien d'autre que le confort de l'oubli et vous réveillant dans une indicible douleur.
The man stares at you, silently frowning.
Juste au moment où vous seriez prêt à faire n'importe quoi pour que ça s'arrête, vous ouvrez les paupières.
The carabiner crosses his arms and spits in the crater.
Ah, c'est chaud. On va jouer dans le mélodrame. Et réalisant que votre esprit, tout ce qui vous définissait a totalement disparu.
You're talking about getting blackout shit-faced drunk and going into delirium, right?
Je parle de bien plus que ça.
How so, then?
Il se penche en avant, les mains sur les
His
hanches.
tone is like that of a drill sergeant addressing new recruits.
C'était un moment transcendant. J'ai pu voir de l'autre côté du voile.
And I thought getting my knee shattered and surviving on rat carcasses in the trench was bad. Here, have one of my medals. You've earned it, officer.
Your sarcasm will be your undoing, old man.
Est-ce que je lui gratte sa médaille comme un gros yinche? Alors franchement, il y a peut-être moyen. Merci René.
The veteran of numerous armed conflicts, extends his right arm with the setting sun in his clenched fist and an expression of utter disbelief in his eyes.
Was there something else you wanted to take from us?
Oh, c'est bon, René. Mais merci. Ah, il m'a filé sa médaille +1 rhétorique. Incroyable. Je suis tellement content d'avoir cette médaille du soleil couchant. Là. Bon, on s'en tamponne l'arrêt là. Bon, ok, on est en train de jouer avec eux. Vas-y là, c'est 21h. ça fait un quart d'heure là qu'on est en train de raconter notre life avec René. Mais en vrai, on a des vrais bails là. Il faut retourner voir le mec sur le balcon là. Il est là ou pas ce connard? Il est là. Je crois qu'il est là. C'était où déjà? C'est ici, je crois. On entend le beau dormant de circulation loin. La nuit tombe sur la ville. Genre de Bordeaux et pollution s'élève à l'est. Ok. C'est lui, non? Je suis sûr que c'est Louis.
Gendarmerie, you found me.
Jeune homme au balcon vous adresse un sourire éclatant avant de tirer une nouvelle bouffée sur sa cigarette.
His slender figure is backlit by city lights, its distant streets and motorways flashing like diamonds. And his shirt is still unbuttoned.
Je trouve une clé cachée sous la pierre, c'était la vôtre?
It was mine. My friends use it from time to visit me.
Tandis qu'il vous regarde, une lueur brille dans ses yeux.
So tell me, are you here to make things right again?
Mon Dieu, ce truc de superstar là. Honnêtement, j'essaie simplement de rien faire foirer, vous savez. Répète-t-il, un lampadaire tout proche projette des ombres sur son manteau, rehaussant ses pommettes
I have
saillantes.
some good news for you. My Sunday friend is visiting me tonight. I told him about you and he'd like to say hello. Step in. He's already waiting.
Indique la tête de la porte numéro 28. Très bien, mais d'abord c'est avec vous. Oh, non. Ouais, si. Très bien, mais c'est avec vous que j'ai envie de parler.
That's nice, but I don't have anything to tell you. It's my friend you're looking for, not me.
He takes another drag of his unfiltered cigarette and looks around. It's getting dark and the neighboring windows have lit up one by one.
Besides, I've got to run.
Something tells you you're never going to talk to an individual this cool or mysterious ever again.
To the city. It's a beautiful night.
A man on high heels stumbles out of a basement club, music blasting over the entire district. It's chilly, and as the chemicals hit his nervous system, 1,000 shivers ripple through his body.
Ok.
Alright.
Jeté avec un nouveau sourire désarmant avant de disparaître dans la nuit.
And he's gone again. Looks like it's becoming a theme for him.
Voilà, attends. Qu'est-ce que c'est que ce vêtement là? Ah, dramatique. Peignoir en soie du dragon. Top. Une vieille photo du même appartement d'être des 01. Ah ouais. Des pots de peinture sur une couche de vieux journaux. Un superbe lit en baldaquin en métal. Une revue commerciale trimestrielle. De la vaisselle qui trempe dans une marmite. Cendrier vide. Vieux sandar. Prospectus de fête underground. Qu'est-ce qu'on a là? Oh, le chapeau. Oh, le chapeau. Oh non mais attendez, j'ai un pur style avec ça là. Oh, il est au-dessus. Oh là 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 là. Oh là 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 là. Oh mais le chapeau il est parfait hein. En vrai, petit chapeau polo blanc, on se met comme ça là. Avec l'écharpe. Oh, il y a un truc hein. Je pense que le nœud pape ça va pas avec tout ça quoi. Pourquoi ça fait ding? Je sais pas pourquoi ça fait ding. Peut-être que je devrais me trimballer avec du style hein. En vrai, est-ce qu'on fait pas du truc bien stylé là? Vas-y, mais les gants, déjà retire ça là. Les bottes aussi là. Pantalon, il est ok tiers non? Je sais pas, les deux ils sont dégueulasses. Avec ça là. Mais ça c'est une veste. Oh mais c'est parfait. Je pense que là on est parfait là. On est avec un pur style là. Oh les mitaines. J'ai pas de chaussures. Ouais c'est perf. On est vraiment Jean-Michel l'enquêteur. Qu'est-ce qui se passe là-bas là? Non on s'en fout. Toujours quelqu'un qui m'observe, mais calme-toi.
You have acquired the hat. Keep it, officer. It looks good on you.
Merci.
His hands are clean and well manicured. This is a man who knows the importance of appearances.
My name is Charles Vildrouin, and I am an official with the Coalition government. I work for the Institute of Price Stability on assignment from Sur-la-Clé. I heard you talking to my friend outside. Very good. Super. I am here to assist you in any way possible. Ask me about the hanging.
Hanging? What a drag. He seems like a cultured gentleman. You should ask him about the finer things.
J'aimerais d'abord que vous me racontiez l'histoire de ce
I got
chapeau.
it from the head of the Samaran delegation on my trip to Lomantang. It's made from a special charcoal-colored bamboo. It's an emblem of the formal normalization of our diplomatic relations.
Okay.
He's alluding to the decade-long war of independence while deftly brushing aside the complex causes behind the conflict.
That's really all I can tell you about it.
Forme un petit toit avec les doigts. De l'air frais descend du balcon. Avez-vous assisté au... Ouais, on va lui demander déjà ce qu'il fout là.
The coalition is only looking out for the price stability. Inflation is a killer, like a heart disease blocking the normal circulation of the economy. It must be controlled. The economy impacts the entire international community, which is why it requires international oversight.
Bon, en même temps, il y a la solution, hein, ça c'est le bouclier tarifaire. Hein. Bouclier anti-inflation. Alors. Très bien, mais qu'est-ce que vous branlez ici, là?
Ah, well, I'm renovating it. It is an interesting project. The building used to be a 12-story skyscraper before the cannons took the top 4 stories off. This, of course, happened when the coalition forces landed here. You could say I'm undoing some of the material damage the international community caused when we arrived here.
Donc vous êtes une sorte de bureaucrate?
Yes, as I said
What
before,
are you
I'm a
brawling?
commissioner from Sur-la-Clé working for the Institute of Price Stability. This is one of the main projects of the Moral Inter.
But what are you brawling here?
Wait, there isn't actually an Institute of Price Stability, is there? Or maybe there is. God, It's impossible to understand whether someone from the moral intern is joking or not.
C'est quoi cette communauté internationale? Oh non, on s'en fout. La stabilité des prix,
It
là,
is
c'est quoi ça?
the most important thing.
Ça ne me parle pas du tout.
It's the central goal of any sound monetary policy. Maintaining the price stability is essential to maintaining high levels of economic activity, which is essential for maintaining high levels of employment, which is essential for maintaining the social stability.
Et comment ça me profite concrètement?
Take your daily bread, par exemple. Too much inflation, bread becomes too expensive. Too much deflation, it becomes too cheap for bakers to produce.
Oh mon Dieu, quoi. Cette vision... Cette vision, c'est si cartésienne.
That's why the Institute of Price Stability works to keep inflation just below 2%.
Ah. En dessous de 2% de quoi?
But not too far below, no. Too below is also bad. Below, but close to 2%. The coalition believes in the importance of informing the public about the benefits of the price stability. Transparency is one of our principles.
Ah, bah
A
si.
sound monetary policy is essential for addressing uncertainty. Stability is the raison d'être of the moral intern.
Raison d'être.
It's the reason why I identify as a moralist. But oh, I don't have my leaflets on me today. That's too bad. You can always call our
Dommage.
information line. Making information available is part of the moral intern's commitment to transparency.
Ça, c'est le genre de personne qui arrive à t'enculer, qui arrive à te la foutre dans le cul, et en même temps, ils arrivent à te convaincre que finalement, ton cul, y a rien dedans. Tu vois? Ils sont incroyables, ces gens-là. Ils sont très très forts. C'est quoi, Moral
It's the
Interne?
International Organization for Moralists. Hence, Moralist International. The Institute of Price Stability is just one of its many mind babies, as is the coalition.
Êtes-vous un moraliste?
But of course,
But of course. Et pourquoi?
because moralists believe in a normal, stable world governed by democratic values.
Ah, et qu'est-ce qu'un monde normal et
The
stable?
Occident is part of the normal world. Oranier, sur la clé.
Pas l'impression que Martinez soit très normal ou stable.
Martinez? No. Martinez is something else.
Le reste de Revachol, ça fait partie du monde normal?
Rivachol is generally difficult.
Oh, c'est le
It's
bordel,
led
quoi.
by an interim government, which means it hasn't yet achieved full democracy.
Ah
But they are working towards it. You're all doing very well here, relatively speaking.
Il vous adresse un hochement de tête approbateur. Putain, j'ai envie de crever, quoi. Moralisme, une idéologie pour les occupants étrangers. Revachol doit être gouverné par les
Your full
Revacholiens.
autonomy is important, I agree. But it's an ongoing process. Nothing happens overnight. Now, enough of this delightful political interlude. Was there anything else you wanted to ask?
Parlez-moi de sur la clé.
What's there to say? Sur-la-Clé is a modern, urbanized country that measures very high on the Human Development and Freedom Index. Mostly, though, it's known as the executive heart of EPIS.
Putain, mais on dirait des mecs de... du parlement européen, quoi.
Moreover, it is a great sponsor of less emerged countries. Revachol is only one of its many darlings whose progress it supports and cherishes.
Ok.
Darlings? That can't be an official designation.
Pourquoi Revachol est la coqueluche de sur la clé?
Because a great percentage of Revachol's culture hails from Sur-la-Clé. Its language, its people, its cuisine even. Or at least in the downtown La Delta area.
Jamrock and other parts of the international zone have been mercifully spared of Sur-la-Clé's love for meatballs and mashed potatoes.
Parlez-moi d'Orange.
Oranier is an exemplary nation who, as a core member of EPIS, contributes 28% of our annual budget. Next to Sur-la-Clé, Oranje is probably the most prominent member of the international community.
Et lequel de ces deux pays représente le plus
As founding
l'épice?
members, they are both very EPIS. Oranje carries a lot of political weight, while Sur la Clé takes care of the business side of things.
Ouais, tu m'étonnes.
Sur la Clé hosts the headquarters of the major EPIS institutions.
D'accord, mais en dehors de l'épice que représente Orange,
Oranje's economy is one of the most advanced in the world. It has successfully transitioned from heavy industry to advanced services and generally acts as an engine for sustainable change in the international community.
okay.
But that didn't tell you anything about Oranje.
Vous pouvez parler comme le commun des mortels?
what?
Sujet d'Orange, décrivez-moi juste à quoi ça
It's
ressemble.
very urban and very well organized. Their streets are clean, their horse cars run on time, the people are polite and efficient.
Mhm.
Like I said, they are an example for less emerged nations to follow.
Ok, ta
Whatever
gueule.
you wish, officer.
Vous avez assisté au
I'm sorry to say I
lynchage?
did, officer.
Commencez depuis le début si vous voulez bien.
Officer, it's very difficult to describe what I saw that night. It was so surreal to me, like in
Mon
a
dieu,
play.
quelle caisse.
He holds out his hands and
C'est
blossoms his
clair.
fingers, like a drama teacher setting the scene.
Ça veut dire que c'était divertissant?
No, no. I mean, it was so strange. I could barely believe what was happening. I was on the balcony when it happened, getting some fresh air. I remember that first they came in, carrying what looked like a body. And then I saw all the surrounding windows go dead, one by one. That's when I understood. I should not be seeing this.
Qui ça, les? Pouvez-vous les décrire?
I couldn't see their faces well, and there were quite a few of them. But they were very loud and very Martinez.
Les syntéros cherchant chez le
Let's
mot.
just say that the laboring classes can get rather expressive with their profanities.
Combien était-il?
I couldn't tell you exactly. Less than 10. Maybe 8?
Sound familiar? That matches the prints you observed at the scene.
Y avait-il des costauds parmi eux, du genre de 100 kilos bien pesés?
Giant you're describing. No, they were all quite human, as far as I could tell.
Que s'est-il passé ensuite?
I went back inside.
Une seconde, vous n'avez pas réellement assisté au lynchage?
Officer, the yard was pitch black. There was nothing to see, but I could still hear their voices. They were threatening to kill that poor man.
C'était des hommes, des femmes?
All men, I presume. But again, I couldn't see very clearly.
That doesn't quite comport with what you know. Don't forget the lady driver.
Vous êtes sûr qu'au moins l'un d'entre eux n'est pas une
It's
femme?
possible, officer, but I cannot say with certainty. It was very dark, you must remember.
C'est quoi leur
I
ethnie?
believe they were mostly white, though I believe I saw 2 Areopagites among them. And I am quite certain that one spoke with a Mesk accent.
Que s'est-il passé ensuite?
Well, that's the strangest part, officer. Nothing happened. It was oddly quiet for a public lynching.
Comment ça, il s'est rien passé? Un homme s'est fait lyncher quand même.
Eventually, their shouts died down, and that was all. There were no gunshots, no celebratory shouts, no anything.
Pourquoi n'avez-vous pas appelé MCR?
You're right, of course. That is what one is supposed to do in such circumstances.
Oh,
I was
quel
simply in
connard.
shock. I'm afraid I don't have anything else to add.
Pouvez-vous au moins me dire à quel moment c'est
All I
arrivé?
can say is that it was late.
Vous n'avez pas regardé votre montre?
My watch. Yes, now I remember. It was 30 minutes past midnight, give or take.
Donc que je résume, vous n'avez pas réellement assisté à la pendaison, c'est ça?
No, I didn't see the corpse until the following day.
Merci, connard.
Of course, anything I can do to assist the RCM.
Vous pouvez me parler de votre ami, là?
Ah, my friend. My friend is a good young man. His family immigrated here from Kedra,
Oh,
and life
ça
has
va
not been easy for him.
m'emmerder, putain!
But he understands the importance of education. He has taken his future into his own hands, and that's all that matters.
Ouais. C'est quoi Kedra?
Kedra is a candidate member of APIS. But between you and me, their potential membership is a more contentious issue. That it's never going to happen. They enter negotiations in 21, and it's been pending ever since.
Fait chaud là-bas, froid?
It's warm. It's also known for its mandarin trees and dust storms from Supramundi. Kedra's an emerging market, but it still has a long way to go. Maybe that's why my friend's ménage decided to emigrate.
Comment êtes-vous devenus amis?
How did any of us become friends? Bad things happening on the Insulindian Peninsula? Oil platforms ablaze in the night? Civil wars lasting for years? Finally, the international community is forced to step in.
Vous êtes en train de décrire l'occupation de Revachol par la
One of the
coalition?
wonders of democracy is that everyone is allowed to have his own opinion. And not just allowed, encouraged even. Have you ever tried debate?
There's a joke here, and you know what it is.
Ah, on m'appelle le maître de la jute oratoire.
Oh, how wonderful. I've heard it's oodles of fun. Not that I have time to take up new hobbies myself.
Et que faites-vous seul dans cet
I'm just
appartement-là?
enjoying the view.
C'est pas impoli de la part de votre ami de vous abandonner comme
We're
ça?
old friends. Nothing's taboo between us. He comes and goes. I'm sure you'll see him around. He's very active. I'm all ears, officer. A
Allez,
moment.
ta
Do you
gueule,
have
en
everything you
vrai,
need
tu
from
me
me?
saoules.
I'm afraid we won't have the chance to speak again once you leave.
Ah putain. Pourquoi on se reverra
It's
plus jamais?
against diplomatic best practices for an official in my position to be discussing murders with local militiamen. And I'm pressed for time. After you leave, I should be leaving as well.
That's not the real reason he's so apprehensive. Men in his position shouldn't be seen loitering around in underprivileged young men's apartments in the middle of the night.
C'est clair. Merci du tuyau, hein. Bisous,
I'm glad I
hein.
could help.
Ouais, bon, on a bien compris un peu les délires là. Hein. Se cache, j'ai récupéré un chapeau, je m'en tamponne l'arrêt. Alors du coup, on en est où là? Putain, mais... Parler à la victime. À l'étage et frapper à la porte numéro 3. Ouais, c'est vrai. Oh mon dieu. Oh mon dieu, oh mon dieu. 21h39. En vrai, je crois que je vais attendre Kim. Mais de toute façon, si je vais me coucher, non? Je vais le revoir Kim à ce moment-là, là. On va attendre sur le banc, parce que je crois qu'on peut se coucher qu'à 22h. On va tout donner là.
You sit on the wind-worn wooden planks of the bench. Your feet ache.
Attendre 30 minutes.
Time passes. It's getting so dark, you can barely make out the snowflakes drifting down from the sky.
Bon, Kim il est pas là. Je vais aller dormir de l'autre côté. De toute façon, je crois que c'est à partir de 22h on va aller se coucher. Je peux payer autre con là avec sa merde. Sa piole de mes deux là, avec 500 balles. C'est bon hein. Ah merde, j'ai pas regardé là-haut s'il y avait pas des pièges à crabes là. Ah, putain. Il m'a saoulé lui aussi avec ses pièges. Mais d'ailleurs la pio était vers où? Elle était vers là, non? Ouais, elle était là, je crois. Ou pas? Bon, Oh, la vieille est toujours dehors.
It's getting late and
Ouais.
a brisk coastal wind still howls against the window of the shack. Occasionally, the waves crawl in under the foundation, producing a low hum.
Écoutez.
The room feels muffled, like you pulled your hat over your ears. Outside, it is cold and windy, but you're inside, and it feels safe and warm.
What is this place to you?
Mon nouveau lieu de prédilection, je pourrais m'asseoir, boire et mourir en silence tout en regardant les vagues.
Behind the half-built cinder block house at the other end of the village, there are 3 people drinking. Your new crew. You don't need the old crew. Oh no, you have a new crew to get drunk with. You already were a part of their crew once. You can get drunk with them again. You're probably going to hang out there a lot. Behind that cinder block house. It's where you belong.
Oh, je
There is
choisis.
no going back. Outside, the howl of the wind has picked up. The waves crash against the stilts again. It's as if you think the thought, but in someone else's voice.
Look under the floorboards.
Hein? Comment ça sous le parquet?
An old mirror hangs on the wall. You see the reflection of your face in it, such as it is. Irregular, clean-shaven.
Comment ça regarder sous le parquet?
On the table, you see a bowl of water. It's getting late and
Vas-y, go dormir là, ça m'a saoulé.
if a bit run down.
Ouais, je pense que là, c'est le moment de ronquer.
Across the room, the heating system hums its soft lullaby. The mattress feels soft and sheets warm. It only takes you moments for the world to fall away.
Thoughts, baby.
Ah putain.
A million little lights in the dark. You're one fine instrument, brother. All those faces and all those names. All that laughter and screaming and scheming around. Every corner and every street.
Recorded in you. Forever. On Faraday.
C'est ton point d'arrêt.
On and on it goes. For untold hours. At the disco where you first asked her to dance. Rising. Rising. Above the dark curvature. The great wingspan of sleep. Studded with stars.
Behold, there are millions of them down there. The first time. The last time. The smoke in her mouth. The plotted flowers. The faces turning, changing.
Qu'est-ce que c'est?
It's the world, Harry boy. And you're made of it. Every day you're out there, you make more of yourself from it. I'm afraid you can't be unmade now. You can never forget this shit.
Les couleurs, les voix.
All stuck on loop. Whirling, spitting out words and images.
You're the son of the world again. Harrister, a ceaseless agent, picking up litter and old newspapers, collecting your little bubblegum wrappers and idiotic picture postcards. Meaningless, meaningless keepsakes.
Reading your awful letters and recalling things, aren't you? The endless names of the world. An address book you are. The map of a city.
Je suis un agent du monde, moi.
You'll go insane if you keep going like this. One more day, and you'll be in the loony bin. I just know you will. And for what, brother man?
For the working class.
C'est vrai.
For the money, baby. For the greater good.
Oh.
Solving your little crossword puzzles. Doing your tasks. Crossing names off lists. Trying to become some sort of world detector. It won't make it okay. It won't put smoke back in her mouth.
Putain, on est coco là ou pas? J'hésite avec la 3 là. Oh, on est coco jusqu'au bout là. Je construis le communiste pour tous, ok? Cette fois-ci, on ne jouera pas, merde.
There he goes again. He's a real political animal, our Harry. He still doesn't see that it's the world changing around him.
He's got no idea what he's in for.
Pourquoi?
'Cause only love can break your heart. Beep, beep, beep. The alarm is ringing, Harry. The disco circus goes on and on. You barely slept 3 hours last night.
Do it for the wind. Do it for the picture puzzle. Put it all together. Solve the world. One conversation at a time.
Eh ben dis donc.
Rise and shine, comrade. It's time to get to work.
Que se passe-t-il?
Despite all the thinking you've been doing, only 0.0001% of communism has been built. It's too great a task to undertake alone. You're going to have to get organized. Uh-oh. Organization hasn't exactly been your strong suit, historically speaking.
Je trouvais plus cabane plutôt sympa et
Your level
confortable.
of personal upkeep is irrelevant. All that matters is your commitment to building the world republic. You must seek out your revolutionary brothers and sisters. Find out how much communism they've built. Then, together, maybe you'll be able to build as much as 0.0002% of communism. But it won't be easy. Decades of persecution by coalition authorities have driven the remaining communists of Martinaise underground.
Ce sont les gens qui m'aideront à lancer ma grande foire à la saucisse socialiste de
Just
Mazov.
between us, you may want to lay off this grind up the bourgeoisie stuff. It's a bit off-putting, even to fellow communists.
Mais non. Comment je suis censé les trouver s'ils se cachent?
Let your nose guide you, detective.
Mon nez?
Yes. Fortunately, communists are known to have a very distinct smell. We really have no idea what they're talking about. There's no linkage between ideology and olfaction.
Quelle odeur d'un communiste?
Failure.
Ah. L'échec occupe déjà une place si importante dans ma vie, je sais pas si je pourrais supporter échouer encore. D'accord, mais quelle odeur de l'échec?
It's a smell you know all too well. Simultaneously repulsive and yet darkly appealing. Musty with a sharp tang, but also a remnant of lost sweetness. Like a rotting mango that's been swaddled in a coat from your grandfather's attic.
Okay.
What you're smelling is your own body odor, of course. Nothing a shower and change of clothes couldn't fix.
Okay.
People sometimes complain there are no real communists left in Martinez, but you can smell their presence. They're out there, waiting for you to join them.
Okay.
Incidentally, during the waning days of the anti-centennial revolution, a number of Revacholian communards constructed elaborate hideouts in abandoned root cellars, hollowed out tree trunks, and even residential sewage tanks. This latter phenomenon gave rise to the early anti-communist slogan, "The future's bright when you flush out the white."
Uh-huh. Allez, let's go.
First, you'll have to locate the remaining communists in Martinez. When you get near to someone with revolutionary potential, your nose will give you the signal to establish contact. Again, no, it won't. Any olfactory response you perceive will be strictly psychosomatic. Judging from the bust of Krasmazov and other revolutionary paraphernalia you discovered, it seems that the Cape Side apartments may be a hotbed of communist activity.
Ok. Et ensuite, je devrais faire quoi quand j'aurai établi
You'll
contact?
discuss the monumental world historical task that lies before you. You'll engage in rigorous and spirited debates about Mazovian theory and practice. But mostly, you'll probably complain about other communists.
Un parti est plutôt
Not
contre-productif,
at
non?
all. Complaining about other communists is one of the most important parts of being a communist.
Allez, j'accepte le
Here we
taf.
go. Wake, brave worker. 'Tis no time for bed. Fight till there's no slaves below, and no masters o'erhead.
Eh bah putain. En vite V creux, quoi. Bon, très bien. Oh putain! Tu m'as tellement manqué! Vous pouvez essayer de rester immobile à l'instant et renifler Kim.
The lieutenant's posture becomes rigid and uncomfortable as you lean forward and sniff the area just above his shoulder blade. He smells like a man, a perfectly normal man. Wait, there's something there. Something that sets your GABA receptors aflutter. The lieutenant's aftershave, a common drugstore brand. Strong hints of pine needle.
Okay.
Strange, you're not getting any strong ideological whiffs from the lieutenant.
Ok.
Do you need something, detective?
Je me demandais simplement quel était la marque de ton après-rasage.
It's nothing fancy, just plain old tiger super special.
Ok.
I do like the way it tingles though. It's the only part of shaving I actually look forward to.
Okay.
Was there something else you wish to discuss?
Eh, t'as pas fait gaffe, mais je me suis rasé quand même.
I don't know what to say. Perhaps.
Impressionnant, n'est-ce pas?
I'm really not sure about this turn of events. I may have preferred the mutton chops. They sort of seem to cover up the...
Yeah,
okay.
Damage. He means damage.
Either way, good on you. You were saying? What about me? Good. Let's change the subject. Excuse me.
Où je suis? Rien, c'est juste une observation.
You have a distinctive way of walking. If I were to walk in front of you, we would surely collide.
Comment ça, une drôle de démarche?
I hope you don't take this the wrong way. It's just a collegial observation. In the 57th, we call it the Jamrock Shuffle. Officers from Jamrock's 41st Precinct tend to move a bit erratically.
Comment ça?
They say it's a scene-clearing technique developed by one of your lieutenants for gathering evidence. It's erratic, yet thorough. Prioritizes containers.
Yes, but containers contain things, shiny things. They're interesting.
Très bien.
He simply nods.
Bon alors attends, parce que là faut que j'aille interroger l'autre meuf. Ah oui, il y avait elle aussi. Ah puis il y avait le cadavre. Ah mais oui, le cadavre, je m'en rappelle.
Waves are beginning to die down. Look at those little bastards. Simmer down.
Mais oui, elle était gentille. Pourquoi les vagues vous préoccupent tant?
What is it with waves and fishermen? We need to be out there with them, fishing, making a living. So I asked them to accommodate me. But until that happens, I can try to assist you the best I can. So, what will it be, officer?
Le manteau motrice qu'on aperçoit dans la mer.
Oh.
Bon
That's
bah,
good to
revolt.
know, I guess. Why is it in the sea?
Incroyable! Merci énormément à Ken qui resub. Combien de mois? 12 mois la filou et la chargeant. Putain, 12 mois déjà. Merci énormément, gros. Bon bah, révolte, hein. Putain, mais j'ai plus mon chat Twitch de mon OBS. Il est planté. Du coup, je peux même pas le faire.
Bon bah, révolte!
Ah bon bah, révolte, hein. Comment va, gros? La forme? Aïe aïe aïe. Le Haken, tu bosses pas là? C'est une installation très conceptuelle.
An installation. Us poor people are stupid and don't get installations. All I see is a heap of trash.
Oh.
This actually calls for a funeral, I think.
Sujet qu'on fasse honneur à la carcasse de mon ancienne automotrice.
Feels deserved, don't you think? Falling in the line of duty like that and all.
Peut-être que je devrais le faire en vrai. Hein.
Why odd? Our things are a part of our life world. They're made with our human sweat and they share human history. We should care about them as we care about humans. To some extent, at least.
On était deux? Non. Comment ça, deux? C'est le bordel? Putain, je rattaque lundi, j'ai pas envie.
Someone's been reading up the last century Gotwaldian philosophers. Play it cool now.
Ah ouais? Oh. De toute façon, moi j'y vais détente. Hein. J'en ai plus rien à foutre. Ah mais à ce point-là? Mais qu'est-ce qui s'est passé? Il y a une grève? Les gens se ont pété un plomb? Alors que j'en suis, mais organiser des obsèques demande du temps et des efforts, n'est-ce pas?
Oh yeah. You won't even be able to get it out of the water before early June. And where are you going to bury it? Who to invite? What music to play at the wake? Take it from someone who's been through a few funerals. It's easiest to just leave them there and let nature take care of it.
That's all we have time for right now anyway. Come back here in June and see how you feel about it then. It's not like it's going anywhere.
Dommage qu'on ne puisse pas consacrer à des activités secondaires plus frivoles. Donner une seconde vie à la zone commerciale maudite.
That is a pity. But for now, let's focus on the things we do get to do. Like the murder investigation, for example.
Bon, très bien. Mais je pense qu'on va arrêter là. On a pas mal avancé. On est déjà à 2 heures. On va s'arrêter là parce que sinon ça va être le bordel. En plus on attaque une journée. J'ai trop de trucs à faire avec Kim. Let's go. Des bisous YouTube. À la prochaine. Soon TM YouTube. Oh putain. Mettre à jour. Ah non. Tac tactique. Tac. Touk.